it's Miss Evelyn, and welcome to my Pick a Card Tarot video. And this video is specifically on should you let it go and how to proceed. And with this, each card group will tell you how, if you should let something go, whether it be a person, a situation, or even say a certain way of life that you're doing, and how to proceed with it. So we have group 1, 2, 3, and 4. Group 1 is opalite. Group 2 is aquamarine. Group 3 is amethyst. And group 4 is obsidian. For those who don't know how Pick a Card Tarot videos work, you find which card group that you feel the most connected to, and it doesn't have to be a specific reason why. You just feel connected to this card group, and you skip to the part in the video where I do the card group. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, and with this, you listen to the reading and see if you can apply it to yourself and see if parts are accurate. Because this is a general reading, this will not apply to everybody. Not all parts will accurately apply to every single part that you may be experiencing, so take this with a grain of salt. But this is something that can help people and guide them to their next step of whatever situation that they're in. So with that, I'll see you in the next video. So this is the first group, opalite, and the cards I have drawn are expansion, the waiting game, Queen of Wands, Four of Cups reversed, and death, and connection, which is also foxglove. So what this spread is really telling me is I really take these two cards, the Four of Cups and Death, as indicators of if you should let go or not, and these cards are saying no. However, the deck has also granted me Queen of Wands, which is a yes card that you should let it go. But I see to interpret this as these 4 cards as what you need to do to proceed, and these 2 if you should let it go. And this spread is telling me that you recently have had a friend or family member cut you off. And it's not a type of really harsh cut you off. It's more of a gradual cut you off. And this spread is really showing me that it's affected you deeply, and it's really hurt you. And with the Queen of Wands and the waiting game, these 2 cards are telling you that you need to take action, but it needs to be at the right time. Because it's not the type of take action like you need to go, oh, hey, why did you cut me off? And no. Not that type of action. It's the more of the, can we talk? Did I do something wrong? But it needs to be at the right time, because what the spread indicates is that possibly this friend or family member may be going through their own troubling times, and you need to understand that if that is the case, you need to give them time to come back to you. And if they don't come back to you, I would give it another week or 2. And if they don't come back or contact you, I think it would be a good time to maybe, especially because this really indicates that you were really close, I would say it's time to probably message them if you can and be like, hey, can we talk? Why did you cut me off? I just want to know if I did something wrong. And, you know, this spread does not indicate that you did something wrong. However, it does say with the Queen of Wands that if you did, you need to take this action, and you need to take this action to moving forward of apologizing, and moving forward of taking sincere taking sincere movements towards bettering yourself for whatever reason that they may have cut you off. And I understand that, you know, for some of you, when you saw this card, Death, you might have gotten really afraid for a second, but this isn't a true, like, I would say for this spread that they probably cut you off for a good reason, and it's more about them and less about you. And excuse me for a second. Sorry. It's less about them. It's less about you and more about what they need. And with this spread, it's how to proceed is you need to understand that you need to allow yourself, like expansion is saying, you need to allow yourself to expand your wings, as the picture shows. You need to expand your wings and possibly go higher than what you have before. And I think the real true card of this entire spread is the Queen of Wands, because this really adds up a lot of things and it shows a lot of things. And the Queen of Wands is saying that you need to step into power and not only help yourself in this time, because I can tell that you're probably upset that this person cut you off, and you need to not only step into power and power of your emotions, you need to step into power and take action where needed. And like expansion and Queen of Wands is saying, you need to allow yourself to move on and to not necessarily move on, but allow yourself to emotionally help yourself in this time. Emotionally, like, go forward, because like the waiting game is saying, it's saying to not jump to conclusions just yet and wait a little longer before you really see if they have cut you off, because this spread indicates multiple things. I'm getting a lot of different energies from this, and on one hand it could be a friend who's cut you off for good reason. It can also be a friend who just has a lot of time on their hands right now, and you cannot be the main priority for them right now. And this spread is, it's essentially saying just take your time, wait, and if worst comes to worst, embody the Queen of Wands and allow yourself to take action where needed, apologize if you have to, and find yourself emotionally, and allow yourself to make new relationships. Allow yourself to expand your wings and find yourself emotionally, and continue on with what path you have set. Because this spread also tells me that you're someone who has a path set for themselves. This is kind of just another obstacle, and it's best to wait. And if it turns out that they are intentionally cutting you off, it's time to go. It's time to move forward with your plan. And And so ultimately, no, you shouldn't let it go because you need to wait. And once you have waited and they might have intentionally cut you off, it's time to move on. It's time to go. So this is the second group of aquamarine. And this spread is very much indicating to me that people of your past are coming back. And so the cards are compassion, which says on it, be gentle with yourself, forgiveness will set you free. Set the light in yourself and others. The world, the Wheel of Fortune, I can never pronounce this, Calendula, which is also Brighton. I can't pick this up. Crown Chakra, and Intention. So, I would say the biggest cards, the ones that give me the most energy from the spread are Intention, Crown Chakra, and the World. And these three cards, well, the World and Intention are telling me that, yeah, someone from your past is definitely coming back up, whether it be a friend or a lover. And for the part of should you let it go, the Wheel of Fortune and the World are saying, yes, you should let them go. And I'll tell you why. This friend or lover has not put you on the right path. And now you're finally on the right path. You're where you want to be. You're where you have not dreamed to be, but it's definitely somewhere that you really want to be right now, because this is where you're making big decisions. This is where a lot of career opportunities are going to come up, and this is where a lot of creativity and relationships are going to come up, like good ones. And Intention is telling me that you tend to fall into these pattern behaviors where no, it's not your fault what happened in the relationship, but you consciously choose to continue to go into these relationships as opposed to choosing to rather be on the right path and continue on the right path of what you want to do. And this is definitely a spread and a half. I would say that what you truly need to do is focus on yourself. You need to focus on your path and focus on what you're doing now and focus on helping yourself, because this person, which is also indicated by the Brighton card, Caladuna, this person, they're a temporary problem. Not only were they a temporary problem, or they are a temporary problem, they also were a temporary person in your relationship. It was never something that was going to be permanent. It's not something that's going to be permanent. And the spread is really telling me, yeah, let it go. And how to proceed with this is that you need to start opening up yourself to yourself. You need to realize that you don't need, while getting validation from others is really great, you need to learn how to validate yourself. And by doing this, to do this, is focusing on your crown chakra, which is what basically, the crown chakra is what really helps us and enlightens us if properly developed. And for this spread specifically, it would be a really good idea to get in touch with your intuition and get in touch with your emotions and get in touch with get in touch with your emotions and getting in touch with your intuition. And what the intention card is telling you to do is ask yourself, like what it says on the card, be clear and decisive, focus on what you really want, be bold with your requests to the universe. And what this card is saying is that you have to know what you want. Like, even though that this spread is telling you to let this person go, you have to be completely sure that you want to let them go. You have to know this, you have to know what you're going to do after you let them go, and you just want to continue on your path. And I would say for what you need to do, the biggest one I get a lot of energies from is compassion. This is telling me that maybe you're not very kind to yourself. You don't value yourself as much as you value your friends, and that happens to a lot of people. But you have to know that there are people who do unconditionally love you, whether it be family, friends, even your pets. These people love you, and you're definitely someone who is very worthy of love, and someone who is worthy of having a good, healthy relationship. This relationship, this is not the one you want. You deserve a lot better than what this past person is telling you and coming up and letting you know. If you don't have a past person, what this can also indicate is a past situation, and a past situation is goes back to the pattern thing. You're falling into old behaviors. And I would if you have the money to be able to, because I know sometimes a lot of people don't because they do live far away from their family and friends, but if you have the money to do so, travel to see your family and friends. This will, travel to see the people who really love you. And, because sometimes we have family who doesn't love us, we have friends who don't really, care about us in that way. If you can and you have the people, travel to see friends and family. And the biggest thing is to definitely be kind to yourself. Learn to love yourself and learn to be kind to yourself, because there is no one like you. You are a great person, and there's no one like you, and you need to be able to understand that to help yourself with relationships in your life, you don't need to go looking for, you don't need to fall into old behaviors, and you don't need to go looking for people who are just there because they love you for what you make them feel, not for you. And my biggest takeaway from this is be kind to yourself. Start doing a lot of, this sounds really cheesy, but doing a lot of meditation and yoga may help you. It may balance you and allow yourself to get in touch with your intuition, get in touch with a lot of your chakras. And if that's not for you, that's fine. I mean, it's not for everybody. It's not solid advice. The solid advice of this is to learn to be kind to yourself and learn that you deserve a lot better than what these past people are giving you, and you deserve a lot better than what you're giving yourself. This is the third group, Amethyst, and I get very confusing and upsetting energies from this spread. And the cards are as follows. Nature, which says ground yourself, find a sanctuary in nature, connect with the elements. Mystery, which is also ghost pipe. the Empress, the High Priestess reversed, emotional withdrawal, and caution, which is wormwood. And this spread makes me genuinely really emotional because this is showing to me someone who, I would say, a mother figure, either your mother or a mothering figure or even an influential woman in your life, is not being good to you at all. And the answer of if you should let it go, it's a confusing answer because we have a yes card of the Empress and a no card of the High Priestess, reversed. And it's difficult to say because on one hand, this spread tells me that you're not in a position where you can let go of your mother or your mother figure, the powerful woman in your life. And on another hand, it's telling you emotionally that you need to let go. And this spread genuinely really makes me upset because I understand. And it's hard dealing with a mother who, or a mother figure who doesn't understand you, doesn't listen, stuff like that. And what's telling me that is because I truly do not see, because I love the Empress card, I always pull her for when I do what represents me. And in this particular spread, I don't see the Empress as a loving mother figure, only because we have the reverse High Priestess and we have Wormwood of Caution. And this, I'm almost lost for words. I mean, this makes me, pretty upset for the people who get this because it's very emotional and it's hard. It's really hard. And the High Priestess is telling me that your mother or your mother figure or the powerful woman in your life is hiding something from you. And I hate to instill like paranoia in people who have tarot readings. I hate to be like, oh, this is definitely happening, but this card definitely indicates that it definitely indicates that your mother is not, or mother figure or a powerful woman in your life is, this woman is not a good person and she may be hiding something from you. She may be hiding something from you, but it definitely indicates that she is not, it's just not cutting it. And this is the card that gives me the strongest energies, emotional withdrawal. And in a lot of context, in a lot of readings, this isn't a negative card to get because it's telling you need to withdraw emotionally, but something tells me that you're already doing that and it's just making it worse for you. And what Ghost Pipe is telling me for mystery is that you need to start not withdrawing at the surface level, but at a deeper level. You need to look at yourself in a deeper meaning, in a deeper level, and you need to look at your emotions on a more deeper level. And this is definitely a spread that has a lot of high intuition and psychic vibes from it. So this is telling me that you are a highly intuitive person. You're just going through a rough time right now with this woman in your life. And the nature card is telling me that I would say that you feel a connection to nature, but there's something blocking it. Like, I feel a blockage of energies from this card. Like, you feel connected to nature, but it's just not working. Like, you can't go out there and be in nature like you want. And for this, I would suggest finding sanctuary in the people who love you and the people who genuinely make a good presence on your life, as opposed to this woman who is making a negative presence on your life. And I would definitely say that emotional withdrawal is something that you need to do, because you need to take the time to heal because this sounds like an energy vampire woman to me. Like, when you talk to her and stuff like that, all your energy just gets really sucked out. And so you definitely need to take the time to go to yourself and heal and go to your sanctuary, whether that be your room somewhere else or be people. You need to go there and emotionally withdraw and find yourself. You need to dig deeper into your emotions, into your intuition, and let yourself heal deeply, because I can tell that this is something that's not a one-time thing. It's been building up, and you really need the time to heal. And the biggest advice for this is to, like the card says, take caution with this, because it's not that you're a fragile person, it's more that you need time to heal, and you need to be careful about it, because if you withdraw too much, you may end up hurting yourself in the process, and that's not what we want. What we want is for you to grow stronger, because, I mean, this woman in your life should not be giving you the pain that she is, but she is, and it's time to heal, and it's time to take caution when you can, and find comfort in others, and find comfort in your emotions. Allow yourself to feel this, and allow yourself to heal from it. That is the biggest advice that I have. And like nature says, if you feel connected to nature, try to find your connection in that again. But ultimately, this woman is not doing good for you, and if you should, it's a mixed thing. Like, you should let her go if you can, but you shouldn't let go the emotions that are happening. Like I said, you need to heal, and that's my biggest takeaway from this. So this is the fourth group, Obsidian, and this is indicating to me, the spread is indicating to me that there are relationship problems where you have voiced your opinion and it was not received well by your partner. And so what we have here is a group of swords, and this is 3 of swords, this is 7 of swords, and this is Ace of Swords. And so we have Tennessee, which is burdock. We have Attract, which is violet. We have Passion, which says, do what excites you, get fired up about life, increase your energy levels. And we have recognition and reward. And so what's most interesting to me is the group of swords. It's the most interesting to me because all three of them indicate something with a relationship. But what this one mostly is, this one, Seven of Swords, sorry. This one, Seven of Swords, indicates something with the relationship. And Three of Swords indicates that you are healing or you have been hurt deeply or in the process of healing. And in conjunction with tenacity, I don't know how to pronounce that. With that, you, it's definitely something about relationships. And I would have to say that this is a spread that mostly indicates a betrayal within the relationship. Like, you have voiced your opinion and it was not received well by your partner. And this can also be a really close friendship too. But this to me senses mostly a romantic relationship. But it also can be a close friendship, so keep that in mind. But with the Seven of Swords is that you feel a betrayal. And you, sorry, that's a plane. You feel a betrayal. And with the Three of Swords is that you are really feeling this pain because this person meant so much to you, and when you spoke up, which is tenacity, when you spoke up and stood up for yourself, they were just like so wild about it. It did not go good. And Ace of Swords is a really interesting card because it tends to cancel out all the negative cards around it. So I would really have to say that a lot of these, I would say all of these are almost how you should proceed. Because, because the Ace of Swords really does represent like new beginnings and stuff like that, and new phases of life, and something will come to an end, which I interpret this, and I get this really strong feeling that this is about a relationship. So I interpret this as that this is a relationship that's going to come to an end, but it's for the better, which is where the cancellation of the negative cards comes. Because then on the positive side, with the Three of Swords, you're going to heal. And with the Seven of Swords, you're going to discover truth. Which is also, like, I would say these are almost sister cards. You discover truth and you're, like, in the process of healing. And with tenacity, you're going to find out that you need to speak up more. And this is where passion comes in. Passion comes in because with how to proceed with this, you need to speak up more and you need to find energy within yourself and find like stronger, you need find stronger energies within yourself, and also towards other things. Like, your energy needs to be put into yourself and into other things. And this is definitely saying to me that our relationship is going to end, whether it be romantic or platonic. And you're going to be deeply hurt as you are hurt now. And it's going to deeply affect you, but you are going to heal from this. You're going to... Sorry, my door creaked. You're going to definitely heal from this. And with recognition and reward, the the reward is going to be being able to stand up for yourself and being able to find your reward, and life will reward you because you've worked very hard. You've worked very hard on this relationship, actually, and it's just not coming back. And you've worked very hard on this, and this card is saying that you definitely will get the reward in the end. Sorry, let me think on this for a second. You definitely will get the reward in the end. It's just that right now you're in the process of healing, or you're going to go through the process of healing. And I forgot to say is that for these two cards, it says no for if you should let it go. What happened, you should not let go, but you should let it go, yes, emotionally. Not emotionally, sorry. You should let it go so you can move on to begin your new phase of your life that's going to be coming. But emotionally, you need to not let it go because you need to allow yourself to feel this grief and heal. Because what this says to me is that you're not typically someone who lets themselves really grieve. You let yourself heal, but you don't let yourself grieve, if that makes sense. And this is telling me that you definitely feel a deep pain and you need to heal from this. You gotta heal from this to move forward. And once you are trying to figure out, like, how do I move forward? To move forward, you find passion within yourself and you start getting excited about other things. You put your energy towards other things. Maybe hold off on a really close relationship right now. If this was a romantic relationship, maybe don't date for a little while. If this was a platonic relationship, find comfort in those you know have your back. And for Violet with Attract, you need to allow yourself to dig deep into your intuition and dig deep into what you are attracted to in terms of energies, chakras. Energies or chakras, and in the end, with what you need to do, the reward and recognition is what you'll get for your hard work. And you're already working pretty hard, and you're a hard worker. This is what the spread is saying. You're a hard worker, and if you put that hard work that you put in your relationships into yourself, you will succeed. You will be able to overcome this pain, not entirely, because it's so hard to overcome pain like this, but you'll be able to overcome it in a way where you can move forward with your path of life. And the biggest takeaway from this is that you need to allow yourself to heal and allow yourself to grieve, and you need to allow yourself to let go of this relationship. Is the biggest takeaways. Let go of this relationship, heal, grieve, and basically just take this and put your energy somewhere else, and you will be rewarded in the end.